Now, as everyone knows, last year, the Grand American Touring line and the Street Glides and Road Glides, they got massive updates, and the Softail line was left pretty unchanged until this year for 2025. Now we see massive changes, updates with the motor, ride modes, suspension, all sorts of fun things. And we're going to talk about some of the big changes that are affecting the entire Softail line so you can get a better idea of what to expect for this year's cruiser lineup. What's up, guys? I'm Isaac here at Tobacco Road Harley-Davidson, and if you've watched any of our other videos, then you know I'm a huge favor of the Softail lineup, treating them as light touring bikes like the STs and the Heritage, and then also, just experiencing them as just absolute rippers like the Lowrider S, or of course just bikes that are fun to cruise around on like the Fat Boy, the Breakout, and the Street Bob. And for a while they've been relatively unchanged, but we're going to go ahead and dive into some of the big things that we're seeing for these bikes for this year.
The beauty of this year's changes is that you can't tell exactly what has changed from a distance. Something definitely seems different, but all 6 of these cruisers are still very much Harley-Davidson Softail and very true to their respective model line. So let's start with the biggest change, the motor. Gone are any new 107s or 114s for the cruiser lineup. All 6 Softails are powered by the latest generation of 117 cubic inch Milwaukee 8 motors, boasting new intakes, improved cylinder heads, and an improved oil cooling. And with these motors, we also received a massive update on electronics, including ride modes, but more on that later. All these bikes may have 117s, but to better give each model a more individual character, they have been split between 3 different motor configurations. The circular dog bowl style air cleaner signifies the classic tune dedicated for street performance, and you'll see this powering the Street Bob and the Heritage Classic. Then the big-wheeled Softails like the Breakout and Fat Boy receive the custom tune, bumping up the torque and horsepower curves a little bit to promote an even more noticeable acceleration. Then lastly, but rarely to be last, is the 117 high output engine, found in both the Lowrider S and ST. The HO motor raises the red line, and with it, the output to 114 horsepower and 128 foot-pounds of torque, making these the most powerful stock Softails yet. Coming out of the motor is a relatively unchanged 6-speed transmission and an updated exhaust. The custom Milwaukee 8s maintain a 2-to-2 style exhaust, but both the classic and high output variants received a new 2-to-1 exhaust. But the exhaust isn't the only aesthetic update this year. Besides updated tank graphics and the addition of 2-tone paint on some of the models, there are also some significant changes in trim and wheels. Perhaps my favorite is chrome becoming an option on the Lowrider ST, and black or contrast wheels updating the familiar bronze. On the Street Bob, chrome has replaced the black trim, and riders have the option between cast wheels and tubeless laced wheels in a style previously only seen on the CVOs and Pan America motorcycles. The Heritage Classic also has the option between cast and updated laced wheels, but replacing the option for chrome or black trim is a standard black and chrome mix on each Heritage. And to really brighten your day, now all 6 models are rocking LED lighting all the way around. So each model has the familiar LED headlight, but now LED turn signals and brake lights. Then you also see this exciting new brake light on the Lowrider S, Lowrider ST, and Heritage Classic. Further updating these bikes is the replacement of the standard USB-A outlet under the tank to a USB-C to ensure riders can keep their modern devices charged up on those longer trips. Then there's some of the updates that aren't so obvious, like even more improved tech. Now all 6 Softails come standard with ride modes and the full suite of rider safety enhancements like tire pressure monitoring, ABS, traction control, drag torque slip control, and their respective cornering enhanced versions. To accommodate all this new tech, each bike received updated hand controls, grips, and gauges. You'll find the left-hand controls host cruise control, a gauge selector, improved high beam switch, and horn, while the right-hand control hosts a one-touch start engine cutoff switch, 4-way flashers, traction control selector, and ride mode selector, and an adjustable front brake lever to accommodate even more riders better. So now riders have a hand control system that closer matches those found on the updated Street Glide and Road Glide. And now we'll talk gauges. And so you won't find that old top clamp style on any of the 25 Softails. Now the Street Bob, Lowrider S, Lowrider ST and Breakout have a 4-inch analog speedo with more readouts underneath, including the fuel gauge, ride mode, gear, and can switch between the miles, the trips, the tire pressures, and the tach. Then the Fat Boy and Heritage Classic have a 5-inch similar system, but theirs are going to be tank mounted. And if all of that's not enough, riders will find the retuned suspension to make these bikes feel even more ready to rip. And if you're too eager to let the season warm up before your first rip, the 2025 Softails are pre-wired with a harness for heated gear. So last year, the Road Glide and Street Glide took the spotlight. But this year, the Softail line has caught up, and with the updated Milwaukee 8117 motors, make it even harder for the baggers to keep up.
So thank you guys for watching. Hope that answered a few of your questions, and we hope that you come see us here at Tobacco Road Harley-Davidson in Raleigh, North Carolina sometime soon.